We want to sit down with a group of barbers in this community, because we know that barbershops are well attended by the younger adults and their children. And we know that these conversations are already happening, but they're taking their lead, they're getting their information from other constituents of the barbershop who may or may not know what they're talking about. And so there's a lot of information mixed in with some maybe good information, but most of it is misinformation. And this provides an opportunity for us to have conversations with real doctors and real epidemiologists and real healthcare workers who are like us, who look like us, who are African American, or this can be applied in the Hispanic community, the Latino community. It can be applied, Mong Soto, who works with us, it can be applied in his community in the same way. And so this provides an opportunity to have conversations with those persons where the people who know, the subject matter experts who look like us, where there is a certain trust level, will inform them and answer the questions that they have and answer the hesitancy that they have about various and sundry things. I just got through talking with two barbers who work in this particular barbershop who showed genuine care and concern for our community. They suggested that the best time to have a conversation with barbers would be on Saturdays, because the barbershops are full and there are a lot of people who are very opinionated and who are very talkative about these kinds of subject matters. And he says they would be open, but they suggested that I talk with the owner first. So I'm looking forward to having a conversation with him. I left a couple of business cards. They also allowed me to put up the flyer for the event that we've got coming up Saturday at Mount Carmel. So I'm hopeful. I think we can get this done. It's just a matter of rolling up our sleeves. Wish I had been doing this 6 months ago or a year ago. They want to have these conversations. They're already having the conversations, but introducing an informed person who looks like them does help, I think, promote the education that we want to see come out of this. I think it's going to be important to stay the course and to encourage them as much as we can. I think, what stipends we might be able to provide for them could make a difference in them really making this worth their while. Because I can envision them inviting those people they know are the most outspoken about this to have their questions answered by somebody that looks like them and who is also considered a subject matter expert. That's what we want to try to do. Again, it's so encouraging to meet these fellows that I've known for, seemed like a lifetime, since I came to Kansas in 2002, and how open and receptive they are to having this conversation. This barber, good friend of mine, Marlon, he said, I've already been vaccinated, and the conversations are being had every week in our barbershops. And he was very open to having a conversation with black doctors and epidemiologists and other healthcare professionals about answering these questions of hesitancy in our communities. And so I'm looking forward to putting all these pieces together and beginning to have that dialogue and that conversation. And I'm hoping it's going to help us to reach more of the underserved community in our underserved populations in our community. So I'm looking forward to having a conversation, and I'm very encouraged. It's the first day that I've been out doing this, but I'm very encouraged about the receptivity that has happened, and looking forward to what the end result will be. I see this as something that will be, to some degree, already battle-tested, because we did what we did today by going and having those conversations, and I'm encouraged by the conversation. While I've anticipated that I would be disappointed to some degree, I'm not disappointed at all. All of the conversations I had were positive, they were encouraging. The barbers were open to the idea of having that conversation to educate. And I tried to emphasize that we weren't talking about making anybody change their minds. That's not what it was. We just wanted them to have an informed opinion about what we were trying to do. And hopefully through that education, people will make decisions that are more informed. I'm Reverend Tony Carter. I pastor the awesome Salem Missionary Baptist Church in Kansas City, Kansas. I love the work I do for this community because I love this community. I got 12 grandbabies, and I do this because I want my grandchildren to grow up in a better environment than I've had to negotiate these past 60 plus years.